What's up, my mind, your money business folks? It's me yet again with another video about money. Invest 15% of your income annually into your retirement. That's it. Now, I have notes on what I want to talk about, and it's not going to be a lot. So, what I will do is within the description box below, I will place different links from several different places like CNBC, Fidelity, Dave Ramsey website, and you click on those links and read more about what I'm going to talk about. That gives you more details because I'm just going to hit key points, right? So I recommend that you invest, Dave also recommend that you invest 15% of your income, of your annual income, into your retirement because it can help you build a solid nest egg and ensure you have enough income to maintain your lifestyle in retirement. That's one key thing that I believe people don't think about. Like, you're making that six-figure, 200,000, whatever you're making now, and say you're living a good life, you're living comfortably. Do you want to maintain that same lifestyle after you start working? And if the answer is yes, that means you need to start planning for that day. And the sooner you start planning, the better. Working that 9 to 5, putting in 8, 10, 12, 16 hours a day when you're in your 20s and 30s and even your 40s is good. But if you're spending more money than you earn, or if you're not putting away anything into retirement, what do you expect to live off of when you're no longer working those 8, 10, 12, 16-hour days? So security is definitely not going to help you. So here are some key reasons why you should want to consider investing 15% of your income. Starting early, key. When you're younger, take advantage of your youngness. Is that a word? Youngness? While you're young, take advantage of it, right? You work, you can put in more hours. You don't need as much sleep. Do it. The more you put in, the better, starting early. So starting to save and invest early can have a big impact on your retirements because of compound interest, people. I just learned how compound interest works just years ago because I didn't know, because I was not investing, right? Compound interest is something beautiful. What you can do, you can Google a retirement calculator, put in how much money you currently have in your investments. You can put in an estimate of like 10%, 15% annual returns, how much you plan to invest each month into your portfolio, and say you plan to retire in 15, 20, 30 years, and just hit execute. And it will give you a roundabout estimate on how much money you can possibly have when you retire in 15, 20, 30 years. It's a beautiful thing, people. Again, I talked about compounding. Compounding, over time, your investments can grow through compounding, that compound interest. When you create if you do like me and you create an online brokerage account, or if you have a financial advisor invest money for you, you can have your dividends reinvested back into your portfolio and into your stock. And also, the percentages that you're going to make annually on your investment, that money adds up. It compounds on top of one another, and you see your balance continue to grow and grow. I've seen it this year. Again, I've talked about in several videos of mine, even the last videos that I posted before this one, how my stocks, one of my SPLG ETF, S&P 500 ETF, is made like over 25 or 27%. So that's 25% added onto my balance, right? And the more money I invest, the more interest I will make, and the more compounding will happen. So for example, right, if you invest $931 a month for 30 years at an 11% return, you could end up with $2.61 million. I'm not lying. Go to your retirement calculator, put in your $931 a month for 30 years at an estimated 11% return each year. For 30 years, you will have 200, I mean, not 200, but you have $2.61 million. On average, the stock market over the last 100 years has brought back over 10% returns. Think about it. So, employer match. Many employers offer matching contributions to retirement plans. Taking advantage of this can help you save more money. If you max out your 401k, like if you max it out, like this year, I think it's $23,000 is the max. The matching you could get is possibly another $4,000 to $5,000 of your company's match. It just depends on the percentage of match that they're willing to give you. But that's another $5,000 that's being contributed to your 401k account on top of your $23,000. So take advantage of the matching, people. However, the ideal amount you should invest depends on your personal goal and financial circumstances. For example, you might want to consider, when you're doing all this, your risk tolerance. How much risk are you comfortable taking with your investments? I would say when you are younger, you should try to take a more aggressive approach in more riskier stocks. And, like whatever those may consider aggressive, but you can still be smart and just invest into the S&P 500. That's it. Again, on average, it has brought back over 10% return. But still, consider your risk tolerance, especially if you choose to get away from, say, S&P 500 ETFs and you want to buy individual stocks. That is more riskier than the S&P 500 ETFs and mutual funds. So you have to think about that. Some people break their percentages down. Like I have a 50, 30, 20 rule. 50% of my investments each month go into my S&P 500. 30% goes into my information technology ETF, and the regular 20%, well, not the regular, but the other 20% goes into my individual stocks. If any of my individual stocks go down, again, I'm assuming the risk. It's okay because I still have money, majority and bulk of my money going into a more well-managed and safer, I guess you could say safer, investment. Because again, let's just say Apple. I'm investing all my money in Apple, and Apple goes down, I lose all of my money. But if I'm investing into an S&P 500 ETF, if Apple goes down, Apple is removed from the S&P 500 group and is replaced by another company. So I won't lose all of my money by investing into an S&P 500. So again, assume the risk. Think about your risk tolerance. Another thing you should consider is your time horizon. How long do you plan to invest? That's why you have to come up with a plan, people. When you come up with a budgeting plan and you get out of debt and you start thinking about investing, what is your plan? How long do you plan on investing for? Again, if you're tracking it yourself, make sure you're paying attention to your investments. If you have a financial advisor, meet with your financial advisor quarterly, however you want to go over your investments to make sure that you're on track. Maybe you need to start investing more. Maybe not. But how long do you plan to invest? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Think about it, right? Also, your other expenses. That's why I talk about lowering your debt to income ratio. When you have no debt, you can invest as much money as you want to. So how much do you need to spend on everyday expenses and other short-term needs? That's why when you create a budget, the question is already answered. That's one less thing you have to worry about. You also have your emergency fund. When you're out of debt, you create your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. You have no car payment. You have no mortgage. You have no personal loans. You have no student loans. You have no loans whatsoever. All you have are your daily expenses. And when you're debt free, you do what you want to do with your money. But that is when you definitely should be investing as much as possible. And so The last thing you need to consider, and then I'll be done, is your other obligations. Well, not even other obligations. Again, debt. Debt keeps you bounded, people. It keeps you in place. Dave Ramsey says debt, and I truly believe it. When you are in debt, you are a slave to whomever you owe that money to. You have to pay them back. And if they don't get their money back, they will come and get you. They will come and get that thing, that car, that home. You will be unable to do some of the simplest things. You won't be able to get any type of credit. So get out of debt, people. Don't even worry about trying to figure out how much debt you're in. You know, the reason why you're going to invest as much as possible because you have already made a plan to get out of debt. But when you're not out of debt, it limits your investments. It limits how much you can invest. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about. And again, I will put some links down in the description box below that you guys can click on. Start investing, people, as soon as possible. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it's never too late. It's better to create a plan than having no plan at all. All right, so you guys, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all, that's what you need to do, people. Think about your future. Think. You get what you give. If you don't give anything, don't expect anything. Oh, also disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. Any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only and reflects my opinions. I'm not telling you what to invest in. You need to make that decision on your own. However, please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your money. All right, you guys, take care. Peace.